Do you want to know your strength and start taking care of your career? Stick to the end of this video. I'm going to share with you the exact steps that you need to go through in order to identify your strengths. My name is Rana Deeb. I am a coach and coaching instructor and the founder of ranadeeb.com. For the past 15 years, I have been working with professionals in corporates and entrepreneurs, helping them to create the life they want to have and to lead their own path. My background and education is in adult learning, HR, and coaching. If you are an entrepreneur or a working professional at any level or stage in your life and you are looking to have a successful and continuously growing professional life, you are in the right place now, because this video is the first episode of a 5-week series that I'm doing here on YouTube to teach you the 5 career advancement strategies of having a successful and continuously growing professional life. And today is all about how to identify your strengths, how to start by identifying your strengths. In the context of work that I do, usually this question comes up many times, either in sessions, in workshops that I'm delivering, or in casual discussions with clients. To be honest, it usually even comes up with family, friends, and pretty much everywhere. Identifying your strengths is the foundation of your success. I totally believe that this is pretty much the most powerful place you need to start from. If you start from here, you got it all. Your strengths come to be easy for you. It comes to be natural, and they are things that you want to do. As well, they are the source of your self-confidence and positive energy. Not only that, but working on activities that are aligned with your natural strengths makes you feel interested and more engaged. Well, there are 2 important facts about strengths that I want to make sure you understand very well before diving into how to identify them. Number 1, your strengths are not 1, 2, or 3. They are a big list, and the combination of this list is what makes you different, what makes you stand out, and what makes you unique. This means that no 2 people will ever have the same combination of strengths. Second is that our strengths doesn't tell us what to do, but they tell us how to do things. So how to know your strengths? There are many tools and online assessments that can help you identify or discover your strengths. Many of them that I have used and I can recommend, and they are very trusted, but as well there are a lot that are unreliable and I cannot recommend. But anyway, today I chose one, maybe the simplest and the most powerful tool. In my opinion, it's the best tool for you to discover your strength, which is asking the right question. And to show you how powerful this questioning tool, I want to tell you a little story about Nobel Prize winners. Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, the author of The Flow and the professor of psychology at the University of Chicago, carried out a very famous study on Nobel Prize winners. He was trying to assess if there is any common pattern in the way they had made their tremendous breakthroughs in their respective fields, how they found solutions for some of the most perplexing riddles of mankind. What he found was slightly unexpected. He found that the hard thing wasn't finding the answers at all. In fact, what he and his team discovered that solutions came fairly easily once the future Nobel Prize winners have identified the right question to ask. The really hard thing was asking the right question. So in our case today, the right question will not be the traditional questions that we have been asking ourselves all the time, which is, what are my strengths, or what are your strengths? Instead, we will start today our exercise by asking, what do I want to do? And this does not mean a certain position or a job role or a title. It's totally about the activities that you want to spend your time doing them. So yes, maybe you don't yet know what are your strengths, and that's why we are here now trying to identify them, and that's totally normal and totally okay. While the good thing is that you definitely notice that some days feels better than other days. And there are some activities that drag you down, makes you feel weak, and only the thought of them takes away your energy. On the other hand, there are other activities that makes you feel engaged, feel powerful, and you can spend all the day doing them and you still want to do more. Here's the exercise time. We are going now to answer the big career question. So grab a pen and a paper and start writing down like from 4 to 7 remarkable times in your life that you recall you've been so energetic, energized, and positive. These times could be one situation or one event, or also can be like a period of weeks or months. Take 10 minutes away from any distractions and try to write these times down in a form of list. Then come back to answer the following 3 questions. Looking at the list you have just wrote, I want you to start answering the 3 questions in this order. Question number 1, what made you successful in these key times? Like for each one, what makes you successful at that time? And the second question would be like, I want you to look at all the answers together and see what's common between these times and between the things that made you successful in each time. And the third question would be, what does this say about your key strength? By answering these questions now, you should have a better clarity on what are your strengths. And this will take us to the second part of this video, which is how to put them into action. How could you align them to your current work in order to play more and more to your strengths? So we will do that through a very, very simple last tool for today, which is called Boost Your Strength. So in a very simple, direct table format that consists of 3 columns, you will just list your strengths in the first column, all the strengths just one by one, and in the second column it will be like where and when, like where and when are maybe the situations or the opportunities that you will ask yourself when and where that you will be able to use them, like in a certain situation or in a certain place. And the third column will be about the how. So you just write in the first row of this column, I will boost my strengths through, and this would be the actions. So you will here come and ask yourself what I'm going to do to use my strength. So you'll just have the strength and when and where you can use them, like the situation or the place. And number 3 is how, like what are you going to do? So that's all for today's episode, and see you next week. We'll be talking about how to create your brand or how to build your brand. So stick around and see you soon.